given functions f and g, we know the following things are true. Basically, for almost the entire time that you do math in school, you know that you can add numbers, subtract numbers, multiply them, divide them, but when we get into algebra, especially algebra 2 and into college algebra, we see that we can take functions and do those same things. We can add functions, subtract them, multiply them, divide them. And so all these statements are saying is that this notation that you're saying to add the two functions together just means to take their values and add them together. Same with subtraction and multiplication. The only thing that's weird about division is that if your function for g has an x in it, you have to be aware that f of x over g of x will only work for where g of x is not equal to 0. And we'll get into that at some point. So we're going to find a, b, and c, which all of these have to do with addition, given that f of x is x plus 2 and g of x is the square root of x plus 4, find each of the following. So what we're going to do is we're going to, for a, find f plus g of x. That's what this is saying. It's not saying multiply this by x. It's saying what is f of x plus g of x. Well, that means that I can fill in, because f of x is x plus 2 and g of x is the square root of x plus 4, and we're trying to add them together. And so now I would say this is what f plus g of x is, and try to simplify if possible, but in this case we don't have any way of simplifying it, so this is our answer. Now for part B, f plus g of 12, we can go about this two different ways. One way is that we already have what f plus g is, so now we're just saying let's plug in 12 to this function. So if we do that, we get 12 plus 2 plus square root of 12 plus 4. And then we simplify that and figure out what it is. So 12 plus 2 on the outside is 14. 12 plus 4 on the inside is 16. The square root of 16 is 4. So that gives us 14 plus 4, which is 18. So when we have something and then of x, we'll end up with x's on our answer. But if we have f plus g of a number, we end up with a number for our answer. The other way of doing it, and I'll show you on this one, even though we could just take -5 and plug it in like we did before, we can also say, well, what is f of -5? And what is g of -5? And then those two answers, add them together at the end. So find f of -5, find g of -5, and then add your answers together. Well, on this particular problem, f of -5 is -5 plus 2, which is -3, but g of -5, when I plug the -5 underneath my square root, I end up with an issue. -5 plus 1 is -5 plus 4 is -1, giving us a not real answer. And so we would say that this is undefined because of that negative underneath our square root. If it had been a number like 4 or something, then we would have taken -3, added it to 4, and gotten an answer. So either way you want to do that is fine.